to the homestead. Glad you're watching. Well, Lee's out golfing with his buddy today, and I'm here on the homestead alone, and I've got work to do. But what kind of work? That's the question. I am not going back over to crush the rocks along the gutter, or not gutter, but the trench area where we need to fill in, because that's rock hard dirt. We're gonna have to wait till after the rains to finish that chore. I've been in the garden and my corn is looking really good. I planted wildflowers within the corn and it's all growing nicely. I uncovered the netting because the corn is now up too high and the netting's in the way. And I put wood chips all around the ground area to kind of keep the moisture in. Also, my potatoes look spectacular. I'm gonna have to take you out there and show you later on. But you remember, whatever happened to them and they all turned black, and I cut them, all the black things off, which left little tiny stubs in a lot of cases, and I thought they were dead. According to the internet, they had some type of a fungus spore or something like that, I don't know. But you know what? They didn't. So the only thing I can think of is the chlorination in the water. Lee watered from the top and all the leaves got wet. Well, we're at the end of the line on the county water, and so we get everything that comes flushing down and an accumulation of chlorine. And the county comes out once a month after they chlorinate the water. They come out and they flush our end of the water. And when they flush it, supposedly it kind of clears out some of that excess. But maybe it doesn't. Maybe we end up with a lot more chlorine and fluoride or whatever they're putting in the water at our end, and that might be what did it, because once I got all the black off, voila, they're beautiful. And like I said, I'll show you later on. The Jerusalem artichokes are doing really good as well, and the peas are doing well, and the green beans are coming up nicely. All my little plant starts, well, most of them have not sprouted, but I got some little teeny tiny tomatoes in several of the cups, and I've got several of the cucumbers in little cups. There's only a few of the zucchini that have popped up. Could be the seeds are bad. Remember, I didn't store them very well last year, and so a lot of the seeds could be bad, especially since I only have one watermelon that popped up and I planted like 10. And so I think seeds are bad. They're very inexpensive, and we'll just have to pick some more up and try it again and get those things going. Or go to the nursery and pick up some of those little pony packs and go from there with the zucchini. I do like zucchini, and I sure would like a lot planted. So anyway, got a lot of work to do. Don't know what? Stay tuned and follow me along. Okay, as you can see, I came back to the garden to weed eat, and because it was just getting overgrown. The parts we didn't weed eat before or mow before are hugely tall. Hugely tall, they're just really past my knees tall. And I don't want that to happen to the garden area. I asked Lee to get me some wood chips so we can put bark around the grow beds and stuff, and see if that stops the grass from growing up into the beds. But also mowing it down, I can put Ortho 7 dust on the pathways and whatnot. Any of the grubs or anything that's in the ground, supposedly this Ortho 7 will kill the grubs in the ground, which means that my garden will be a little bit safer from the natural bugs that come up out of the ground, especially if there's any of those vine worms or vine worms, I think they're called. Anyhow, if there's any of those, more than likely, because I did have some last year, they're not in the ground, they're in the bed, and that's just a terrible shame. But I moved where I'm gonna put the pumpkins next time. The bed that had all the grubs in them, the worms, whatever you call them, that killed off my pumpkin plant. Well, I've got peas and carrots in there now, and later on I will put something else in there when the peas and carrots are done. And what else oh yeah, I'm raking. And normally we don't rake, we just let it mulch back into the ground, but I'm raking this time because my mulch bin is low. It just has some brown in it, and the brown is just sitting there. So by putting the green in there, it will help break down the brown as the green breaks down, and so that will help a lot. We took a lot of dirt out of there to fill this one grow bed, but it's already shrunk by a whole board, these 2 grow beds. So what we need to do is next year when we plant the garden, we're going to need a lot more soil. And so instead of buying it like we've bought a lot of soil, we're hoping to be able to have our own soil, and a lot more than we had before. But we won't if I don't collect this grass. And so that's why you see me raking here in the garden. I'm not going to rake everywhere, but the garden's a good place to rake. So let's move the camera and weed eat some more. Okay, that's hard work. I don't think it's as hard as the lawnmower though. Maybe it's just different type of hard. It's nice and warm today, so maybe that's also contributing. And I'm raking, which I usually don't do. So I'm gonna go get something to drink. We'll move the camera and we'll start right in just like that. The flowers are just beautiful. They are just beautiful. And so everywhere we're not walking or where we don't need to mow or weed eat, it's beautiful seeing the flowers within the green. Let me show you the little purple flowers with the yellow. Pretty, aren't they? Yeah, it is really pretty how the yard's just being blanketed with these beautiful little flowers. I think these flowers too that are growing, they're not the nasty weeds. They're weeds, sure, but they're not the nasty weeds. I think I've got them even growing when you buy wild flowers mix. I think this type of stuff is what you get. And anyway, oh, did I mention to you that it is really, in a sense, better to weed eat the ground than it is to mow, because I'm able to get really low with the weed eater, which means it won't grow as fast when I get down really low like this, as it was with the lawnmower. And so this is a good deal, but I'm not going to be able to weed eat at all if I don't get that string on. Dreading it, but let's do it. Okay, it's on. So the question of the day is, did I put it on right this time, or did I put it on backwards? I don't know. Let's go weed eat. Okay, the string broke and there's no more string, and that means it's on backwards. So, because I wasn't able to draw it out. So, back to the drawing board with that string. Okay, let's see if I did it right this time. Looks good, doesn't it? Sure looks different, especially when I look out and around. Okay, I'm gonna make a path to the grapevines. Okay, battery number 2's dead. So, done weed eating. I brought out the Ortho 7 and I brought out the weed killer. I already did it by hand around the long beds and the benches that have the potatoes. And I need to spray around other of these grow beds, the weeds. And but then I need to spread out the Ortho 7 dust for the bugs in the ground, not in the beds, in the ground. And so I got that stuff over here, and I need to put away my other stuff. So let's take a minute and get situated, and I'll be right back. First strawberry of the season. Pretty. I'm gonna clean it up and eat it. See how it tastes. And it looks like more flowers, so possibly more strawberries. As I used this weed killer earlier, I don't have very much left, so it's getting hard to trigger it. So I'm done. I've got the bug killer everywhere. Well, not everywhere. I didn't put it around the grapes. I guess I should do that. All right, I'm gonna do that, but you don't need to see it. And so that's it for today. I gotta go cook dinner or something. So thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and share and press the notification bell and subscribe. God bless you. Bye-bye now.